Okay, hi, in this video we're going to do Repulse Monkey from Yang Style Tai Chi. This is very much related to brush knee twist. In fact, the hands are based on the same settling of the palm technique. It's the feet that are really different because it's a backward step. So we're going to talk mostly about the step, actually. So what I'm going to do is begin with, well, I'll start with this position here, just standing straight on. So from here, I'm going to turn my right foot out 45 degrees and sink my weight over into it and draw the left foot in close and point the left foot the same direction as the right foot is. So both feet are going off to the corner, and then what I'm going to do from here is along this line, this 45 degree line, I'm going to reach back with my left foot, my left toes, and touch them down to the ground. Now, again, in Tai Chi, there's no movement that happens independently of the whole body. So as that's happening, I'm actually sinking down on my right foot a little bit, like that, okay? So it's not just reach the foot back, it's a sink. Okay, from here, I'm going to turn my body a little bit and open both hip joints. So I'm opening the right and left quad as I turn my body, and that allows me to put my left heel down such that my left foot is at a 45 degree angle that way. So my feet are actually at 90 degree angles. Now, that can present a problem for some folks. So if that's too open, well, you want to experiment and see where you actually need to touch your toes in order to not get crossed up like this, because that's really unstable. But if it's too open for you, you can not do a 45 degree angle, but do something less than that, maybe 30 degrees, give or take. And so you're not quite to the corner, you're a little bit inside of that, and when you touch back and turn, you're not turning out to a 45, you're turning to whatever that angle was as well. So the whole thing is just a little more in and a little less stress on your hips or knees or whatever. So make sure that you're adjusting these movements, particularly the stepping, to where it's not straining you. And listen, pay attention. Don't think to yourself, my knees are hurting, that will probably just go away, because no, it won't. If there's something wrong with your alignment, it's not going to get better by just continuing on, you know, that way. You've got to adjust the movement. To a certain degree, that's true. There's also the idea of as you get more flexible, you might be able to open that up, but don't force that. That will come over time. But I'm going to use 45 degrees for now. So we sink down as we touch back, and I'm touching back on that line or a little outside of that line even, and then a bit of a turn of the body, opening both hip joints so I can set that foot down. Now I'm going to shift back and sit into the left leg to where I can pick the right toes up. Then I'll finish turning. When I finish, my left foot is a 45 degree angle, my right foot is straight down the line, and my body is splitting the difference. Again, it's that 22.5 exactly, give or take 10 degrees angle. I'm splitting the difference because what I'm going to do after that to go to the other side is pull the hip a little bit more, finish my turn, and close the foot in. So now I'm at a full 45 degree, just getting ready to do the next one. So when we start in this position here, I'm actually not turned out at 45. I'm splitting the difference on the angle of my feet. Okay, the hands, the first one we're coming out of fist under elbow, but let's just not worry about that for right now. The left hand, as we draw our foot in close to our right, the left hand is going to, I'm actually actively reaching forward. And you can do that because with two mechanics. One is that, remember, I've got a little bit of turn left here because I'm not at 45 degrees, I'm at 22.5. I know I'm getting into the nitty gritty here, but we pull that right hip back, it turns the left hip out, and that can help me reach with that left hand towards the, well, in this case, towards the camera. So there's a little bit of a turn, plus I can open the upper gate to get a little bit more of a reach. So the left hand is actually extending forward. So as it looks like I'm going back and turning away, there's a bit of, all this is yin over here, and there's a little bit of yang coming at you. So we're here, like this, and then I'm also reaching out with the right hand, that's going towards that wall. Okay, so I have a 90 degree angle between my arms, and my body's at 45 and both feet, okay? And this was an opening move. Again, I'm not swinging that hand out. It's reaching, okay? Now then, it's the same technique in brush knee twist where I drop that elbow as I sink down and step with the left foot. That's actually the same as getting ready for, there's the brush knee twist, here's the repulse monkey. The only difference was where that foot went. And the left hand isn't doing a push down in this case. So it's there. Now there's that little turn and opening of the quad. And as I'm doing that, I'm rotating the right hand and starting to pull the left hand back. As I shift back into the left foot, I'm squeezing the hands. I want an active connection between the palms of my hands, squeezing them together like that. I'm not actually going to touch them, but that's the idea. So we open, we sink, we turn the waist, placing the left heel down and rotating the right palm towards the left. And as we shift, they're going to squeeze together. Once I can pick the right toes up off the floor, I will then pull the left hip and split the hands like that. Okay? So the right hand ends up in the same position as in brush knee twist. It's that settling right there. The left hand ends up, now this is an interesting, another optical illusion moment where it looks like I pulled it back to my hip, but I didn't actually. It's right there. It's in front of me. My elbow's not behind my hip. It's off, it's a little bit to the side, but it's not off behind my hip like this. And so it's here. So if I bring my hands like that, where the fingertips are almost touching, right in front of the dantian, that's where my hand is. The only reason why it looks like it went way back is because I've turned my body. And so it's pulling back like this. And that's the finish of it. Again, I finish at a 22.5 degree angle here with my feet at 45-degree angles. The right foot pointing right to the camera and the left foot pointing out here. And then the next movement, I am going to go through the transition here, is as I turn the rest of the way and pull to the 45 and pull my right foot in, I'm going to coil this hand and reach with it, right? So it's here, and the right hand is reaching again that way towards the camera. So let me do this facing the side, and you'll be able to see that aspect of it a little bit better. Yeah, I'll do it facing this way actually. Improving the lesson, that's what that's called. So here. And now watch the right hand here as the left hand hits the gong. Okay, so there's Repulse Monkey.